I am Susan Rowan. I am professor and dean at the University of Illinois Chicago College of Dentistry and a very proud Mother McAuley graduate, class of 1976. I grew up in Oak Lawn, the southwest side of Chicago. Two of my older sisters matriculated at Mother McAuley, so when I was in grammar school, of course, there was an expectation that I would go to Mother McAuley, and my sisters loved McAuley, and I couldn't wait to have the opportunity to attend there. And I remember nervously waiting for that acceptance letter. Mother McAuley is led by very, very strong, successful women. And during my 4 years at Mother McAuley, I learned to respect and appreciate those strong leaders. And they were humanistic, they were compassionate, they were empathetic, but they really challenged us to work hard and be dedicated. Mother McAuley was one of the hardest educational institutions I've ever attended, and I've also gone on and had a master's degree in my 50s. And I will say, even then, some of the dedication and hard work ethic that Mother McAuley instilled in me really provided the opportunity for me to be successful. So I started in dental school. I was very fortunate to be asked to be a teacher's assistant in dental school because I was a hygienist. And I was fortunate when I graduated from dental school in 1984, I was offered a teaching position. And I gladly accepted that position. It was part-time, which was perfect because I wanted to be in clinical practice. I was in a practice in Oak Lawn, and it was a wonderful practice. I love working with patients. And from there, I grew in my leadership roles. I became course director, managing partner. I was clinical dean for many years, and then ultimately now in my position as dean of the College of Dentistry. I really appreciate the fact that individuals are proud that a woman has been named dean of the UIC College of Dentistry. The college has been around, part of the university, for nearly 112 years, and this is the first time a female has been offered the role of dean of the college. And so for that reason, yes, I am proud that I am a woman. I am proud that I've been able to exceed in this leadership role. But to quote Sheryl Sandberg, the individual who wrote the book Lean In, which really is focused on women in leadership, she says that she looks forward to a time when there are not women leaders, but simply leaders. And that is how I feel about myself. I am a leader, and I really attribute a lot of that to Mother McAuley instilling this sense of power and the ability to do anything you want if you dedicate yourself to do it. So one of my favorite memories of Mother McAuley, quite honestly, is the camaraderie and the friendships that I developed over the years. It's funny because I asked my daughters themselves what their memories were, and they said the same thing. The friendships that they develop, the environment that McAuley creates for women to gather together and to be supportive of each other, that is my fondest memory. And upon reflection of my McAuley years, and I mean this sincerely, I believe that Mother McAuley instilled in its students the opportunity to excel. There was never any mention of competing with anyone else, not competing with males. There was no consideration of, well, you have to work harder, be harder in what you're doing. There was no thought that you wouldn't have the opportunities that others did. It wasn't even part of our mantra. And so when I graduated and when I went to dental school, I was one of 23 women out of a class of 165. And I can tell you most sincerely, never once did I feel other. Never once did I feel less than. Never once did I feel I was compared in any way to the individuals that I was training with. And I think that Mother McAuley was ahead of its time. Before evidence-based anything was even part of our vernacular, Mother McAuley was teaching us when we were back in the 70s when I was there, that you don't do anything without looking at background, making sure you know what the history is, and getting the best possible information that's out there. And that really was rigorous. And what I will say is there are a lot of doors that you're going to have to get through, and that Mother McAuley has given you the keys to open those doors. So never hesitate. Go through those doors that you need to. Don't be afraid to go through the doors. Recognize the doors that are good for you and maybe the doors that aren't. But Mother McAuley has given you the power and the keys to do anything that you choose to do.